Against the Druid. Wow, this hand is really slow. But then again, against a Druid, I think I can live with that, right? Water Ellie's okay. BGH is always nice if they ramp up Dr. Boom with Innervate. Palm Lobber's nice. Yeah, it's fine. Oh man. I am in for the long run if this is a normal ramp Druid. And if it's a mill Druid, then even better. Because, you know, they're gonna give me cards. And Zombie Chow. It's fine. I'm going to stick a little longer than last time on my previous highlight because the other guy drew the Kazan mistake and he coined it out on turn 3. And the problem with that is it basically means he net decked in casual mode in the sense that he valued secrets, and I don't understand why he did that for casual mode. It just means that he net decked. But for this guy, I'm gonna watch carefully. And here he hero powered but did not attack me, so he definitely did not want me to play Mirror Entity on turn 3. Which means he doesn't have the Kazan Mystic in his hand. But he's most likely gonna play Shade, because I cannot Mirror Entity. There we go, there's the Shade. As expected. So here, it's his turn 4, since he played one Shade that he faked with the hero power to force me to hero power onto the Zombie Chow, causing my tempo loss based on hero power. Oh, he did nothing? Okay, Bomb Lobber it is. So one Shade down, that means he is somewhat relying on Shade, knowing that this is a mage. And the only way a mage could do against the Shade is Blizzard and Flame Strikes on turn 6 and turn 7. And since I didn't have the coin, I cannot do that on turn 6. I mean, Flame Strike on turn 6. So here I'm going to start building up on the secrets from the Mad Scientist. And here I decided to use a Frostbolt just because I don't want him to use a Wrath for a cycle. I want him to use a Wrath for dealing full 3 damage. And I didn't drop my fourth creature because of MC Tech. Whenever I see people who net deck, I am going to play as if they are almost 100% net decking. And here's the Wrath. I am more against net decking in casual mode than in ranked, obviously. I mean, yes, you are practicing the deck in casual mode, but the way you play will tell me if you're practicing or if you're good at it and just pretending or not. I play Hearthstone to be more creative. So this is why you see a slippery card in the middle there. You know? And yes, I did play Mirror Entity, but that's because I play one of Mirror Entity. I don't play two of Mirror Entity. Not in this deck anyway. And actually the only deck I would play double Mirror Entity is if I play Mountain Giant or something, so that I build on the tempo. And what I do is I will try to draw as many cards as possible to build on tempo, to force my opponent to not only lose tempo based on mirror entity, but to force him to use 2 or 3 for 1. And here he decides to charge. And he wasn't expecting this. He thought I was gonna duplicate a Leper Gnome? Really? No. I mean, yes, I played Water Elemental before this, but it doesn't really mean anything. So here the reason why I'm holding back on this Azure for like 6 seconds is because I'm thinking about using Frostbolt anyway and saving the Flame Cannon for something else, since it'll deal 5. And yes, dealing 5 means I can get to kill an Ancient of Lore with Flame Cannon after spell power. And here, I decide that if he plays Poison Seeds, it would be pretty bad for me too. So 5 is just above Swipe. But if he does play Starfire, oh well, I still have board control and Starfire takes up almost the entirety of his turn, unless he plays Innervate. So here I'm just looking for his Starfire, if he has it. Coin for 9 Cenarius?
I must safeguard.
Oh, so he's just gonna silence it? And what?
Where shall I strike?
Oh. And charge again?
Time waits for no one.
Well, I guess, yeah, if you know that I'm gonna play Fireball, there's no reason to... Oh well. That's a 4 health creature. I might as well just Flame Cannon. And here I'm gonna drop my Slippery. And earlier he arrowed against himself. It's either a Restore Health or an Ancient of Lore. And at this point, he really has to play Ancient of Lore. Now, if he does play Ancient of Lore, and heals himself, which he needs to, it means that I have to Fireball the Ancient of Lore, most likely. So here's his second Wrath. And there's the Ancient of Lore or Restore. It's either one of those. And here's the Ancient of Lore. So if I don't top deck my Polymorph, then I have to Fireball. I mean, if I don't top deck another Fireball, then I have to, well, if I top deck my Fireball, then I have to use one of them anyway. Or, top deck Polymorph. But if I had 2 Fireballs, I would have lethal. But I'm just saying, like, top decking a Fireball is, I can do either or. I had the BGX ready for anything like Rag, stuff like that. Innervate? What? Dr. Boom for 7 or 8? Okay. It was either Rag or Dr. Boom, I presume. Cause you won't really play Innervate on like that weirdly. But I have lethal. So GG.